Hi everyone, welcome back to Speak English with Mishu. I'm Emily and it feels great to have you here with us.
And I'm Liam. Today's topic is deep, powerful, and personal. Hard work never lies.
You know, Liam, a few years ago, I failed my very first job interview. I was crushed, but instead of quitting, I promised myself I would work on my speaking, my confidence, and my mindset every single day. It wasn't easy, but guess what? 6 months later, I got a job that changed my life.
That's a perfect example, Emily. Because hard work doesn't always show results right away, but it never lies. The effort you put in, the late nights, the quiet practice, it's always building something.
Whether you're learning English, starting a business, or chasing any goal, one truth remains the same. If you keep working, something good will come. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday it will.
So, in today's episode, we're going to break down how hard work builds real results, how to stay consistent even when it's tough, and how to believe in the process even when you don't see results yet.
Let's explore why effort never betrays us and how we can all develop the habit of showing up, doing the work, and trusting that it matters.
Let's start by asking something simple. Why do we even need to talk about hard work? Why is it such a big deal in real life?
Because we live in a world that often celebrates quick results, fast success, fast money, fast learning. But real life doesn't work like that. Progress takes time, growth takes patience. And behind every success story you admire, there's usually a quiet story of hard work.
Yes, and that's the part most people don't talk about. You see someone speaking perfect English on YouTube and think, wow, they're so good. But you don't see the hours they spent practicing in their room, repeating the same sentence 50 times until it felt natural.
And that's why this topic matters. Because sometimes people feel discouraged when results don't come fast. They say, maybe I'm not smart enough, or maybe this isn't for me. But the truth is, they just need to keep going.
We want our listeners to know your effort is never wasted. Even when no one is clapping for you, even when there's no reward right away, what you're doing still matters.
This is especially true for language learners. Fluency doesn't come overnight. It's built little by little, one conversation, one word, one practice session at a time.
And here's something powerful. When you work hard at something, you don't just change your skills, you change yourself. You become stronger, more disciplined, more confident.
Exactly. Hard work shapes your identity. It helps you believe in your own strength, even when others doubt you, or when you doubt yourself.
So in this episode, we'll explore the real challenges people face with staying consistent, the mindset you need to push through, and practical ways to stay on the path even when results are slow.
Because, yes, hard work might be quiet, slow, and sometimes lonely, but it never lies.
Let's talk about something real. One of the biggest struggles people face is working hard and seeing nothing change. You study English every day, but you still forget words. You speak, but you still make mistakes. It feels like you're stuck.
Yes, and that's the moment when people start to ask, what's the point? They think, I'm trying, but it's not working. Maybe I'm just not good at this. And slowly, they lose motivation.
I remember one of my students. She practiced English speaking every evening, alone in her room. She didn't feel any improvement for weeks. Then one day, she helped a tourist in her city and spoke with full confidence. That's when she realized all those quiet practice sessions, they were working all along.
That's so true. Learning isn't always visible. Progress is like planting seeds. You water them every day. For a while, it looks like nothing is happening, but under the ground, roots are growing.
And that's what many people don't understand. Hard work is not always loud. It doesn't always show instant results, but it is always building something.
Another problem is comparing yourself with others. You see someone speak English fluently and you think they're smarter than me, but you don't see their journey. You don't see the nights they stayed up, practicing, or the times they failed but kept going.
Comparison can destroy confidence. It makes you focus on someone else's success instead of your own progress, and that's dangerous.
Also, many learners give up just before a breakthrough. They're one step away from improvement, but they stop because they feel tired or discouraged.
That's why it's so important to trust the process. You won't feel proud every day, but if you keep showing up, the results will come, sometimes when you least expect them.
So if you're listening to this and feeling stuck, just remember, your hard work is not wasted, even if no one sees it, even if you can't feel it yet. Keep going.
Because when you stay consistent, even in silence, your results are quietly being built behind the scenes.
Let's look deeper now. Why do people give up when they work hard but don't see quick results? What's really going on emotionally and logically?
Emotionally, it's tough because as humans, we want to feel rewarded. We want to feel like our effort is paying off. When it doesn't happen fast, we start feeling frustrated, even hurt.
Yes, it's painful to try your best and still feel invisible. It creates self-doubt. You start to hear that voice in your head say, maybe I'm not enough. And that emotional weight can push anyone toward quitting.
There's also fear. Fear that you're wasting your time. Fear that you'll never be good enough. Fear that you'll fail in front of others. So instead of risking those feelings, people choose comfort and stop trying.
Now let's talk about the logical side. Our brains are wired to chase quick rewards. It's called instant gratification. You post a photo and people like it. You eat something sweet and you feel good right away. But hard work? It's the opposite. The reward is delayed.
Exactly. Learning English, building a skill, or working on any goal doesn't give you immediate results. And that's hard for the brain to accept. Your brain says, why am I doing this if I'm not winning yet?
And that's why people quit. They're not weak. They're just wired to expect quick results, and they never learned how to push through the slow, quiet phase.
But here's the truth. Everything meaningful in life takes time. Think of a tree. It grows slowly. Think of language. It builds slowly. Think of confidence. It develops slowly. But it all adds up.
So if you're struggling, it's not because you're lazy or broken. It's because your brain is expecting quick rewards. But real success lives on the other side of patience.
And that's where discipline comes in. Discipline is choosing what matters most, even when it's not easy, even when it's not fast.
So yes, hard work might feel unrewarding at first, but it's building something powerful. You just have to stay in it long enough to see the results.
And once you understand that, you don't need to feel discouraged anymore. You start to trust the process, knowing that your effort is never wasted.
So let's talk solutions. The first way to make sure your hard work truly pays off is by building a daily routine, a small system that reminds you every day this matters.
Yes, a lot of people rely on motivation, but motivation comes and goes. Routines, they stay. A routine is your anchor when emotions go up and down.
Let's be clear. Your routine doesn't have to be big. You don't need 2 hours every morning. Even 15 minutes of focused practice can change everything if you do it every day.
Here's a simple example. Let's say your goal is to improve your English listening skills. Your daily routine could be wake up, stretch, and play an English podcast. Listen while brushing your teeth or walking. Write down one phrase you liked.
That's it. You didn't spend hours, but you showed up, and that's what builds momentum. The key is that you made it part of your day, not something you do when you feel like it.
Another great idea is to link your habit with something you already do. This is called habit stacking. For example, after lunch, I'll study 5 new English words, or before bed, I'll speak out loud for 5 minutes.
That kind of connection helps your brain create an automatic flow. It turns your learning into part of your identity, not just a task you have to remember.
Also, routines reduce decision fatigue. When you have a system, you don't have to ask yourself every day, should I study? You already know. It's part of your life.
And over time, this small daily habit becomes powerful. You stop chasing quick results and start building something deeper, a solid foundation.
So if you're listening to this and feeling overwhelmed, just begin with one thing, one small habit, one small win. Then repeat it daily.
You'll be surprised how much changes in 1 month, in 3 months, in a year. But it starts with one quiet routine.
Because hard work is not about big actions once in a while. It's about small actions every single day. Let's move to the second solution. If you want to keep going when the results feel far away, train yourself to focus on effort, not the outcome.
Yes, this is a big mindset shift. Most people focus only on the result. I want to speak English fluently. But if fluency doesn't happen fast, they feel like failures.
But fluency is a long-term outcome. You can't control exactly when it happens. What you can control is your effort. Did you practice today? Did you show up and try? Did you improve just 1%?
Exactly. Think of effort as your daily score. Don't wait for the big win to feel proud. Be proud because you tried, you practiced, you didn't quit.
I once worked with a learner who tracked her study hours, not her grades, not her speaking score, just her hours. And after 100 hours of practice, her confidence exploded. Why? Because she was focused on effort, and effort always pays off.
Also, focusing on effort keeps you calm. You stop comparing yourself with others. You stop rushing. You start enjoying the journey, even the messy parts.
And when your brain learns to enjoy the process, it becomes easier to keep showing up. You start thinking, today, I'm doing my part. And that's enough.
It's like going to the gym. If you look in the mirror every day expecting change, you'll get frustrated. But if you focus on showing up and lifting the weight, one day you'll wake up stronger, and it'll feel like magic.
The truth is, it's not magic. It's consistency. And consistency is built by effort.
So next time you feel discouraged, ask yourself, did I try today? Did I give what I could? If yes, celebrate that. You're already winning.
Shift your focus from where are the results to did I give my best today? That's the mindset of someone who won't give up.
And when you think that way, the results take care of themselves. Here's another truth that changes everything. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent.
Exactly. Many learners quit not because they're lazy, but because they're trying to be perfect. They miss one study session and say, I failed. But missing one day doesn't break your progress. Quitting does.
That's why we always say, never miss twice. If you skip one day, it's okay. Just don't skip the next one. The goal isn't perfection, it's persistence.
Let me tell you about one of my students. He used to get really upset if he didn't study for an hour every day. So, on busy days, he'd do nothing. But we changed his mindset. I told him, if you can't do 1 hour, do 5 minutes.
That's powerful. 5 minutes keeps the habit alive. And once you start, sometimes 5 minutes turns into 10, 15, or even more. The key is just starting.
And here's something important. Consistency creates identity. When you show up every day, even in a small way, you start seeing yourself as a dedicated learner.
Yes, you start saying, I'm someone who studies English, not I try to, not I might, but I do. And that small change in identity makes a big difference in how you act.
It's not about being the best. It's about not giving up. Consistency builds habits. Habits build results. And results build confidence.
And confidence isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing that you'll keep showing up even when it's hard.
So if you're struggling with being perfect, stop. Let go of the pressure. Replace it with commitment. Tell yourself, today I'll do something, no matter how small.
Because over time, all those small efforts add up. That's how you grow. That's how your life changes.
Consistency is quiet, but it's powerful. And most importantly, it's honest, it's real, it never lies.
Just like hard work.
Let's talk about something most people miss, the idea of invisible growth. That moment when you feel like nothing's happening, but deep down, change is actually taking place.
Yes, think of it like this. When you plant a seed, you don't see anything for a while, but every day, under the surface, something is growing. That's what real learning feels like too.
Many English learners say, I don't feel fluent yet, or I still make mistakes, but they forget. They're understanding more than they did last month. They're more confident than last year. That's progress.
But it's quiet progress, slow progress. It doesn't shout. It doesn't always feel exciting, but it's real. And if you stop now, you stop the growth that's just starting to bloom.
I once had a learner who kept a victory journal. Every week, she'd write down small wins. I spoke to a stranger today. I understood a whole podcast episode. I corrected myself without help. After 6 months, she looked back and realized how far she'd come.
That's a beautiful idea, because when you don't track your growth, your mind tells you a lie. You're not improving. But when you write it down, you see the truth. You are growing.
Another way to trust invisible growth is to look at your habits, not just your feelings. Maybe you don't feel fluent yet, but are you practicing every day? Then trust that it's working.
Fluency is like filling a jar. Every time you listen, speak, or study, you drop another coin into that jar. You don't know which coin will make it full, but one day it will be.
And on that day, people will say, wow, you're so good. But only you will know. It wasn't magic. It was the invisible power of effort. Quiet, slow, honest effort.
So if you're feeling tired, discouraged, or invisible, just keep going. The seed is already planted. You're already growing.
And like we always say, hard work never lies.
Let's be real. There are going to be days when you feel like quitting. Days when you think, why am I doing this? When progress feels invisible and the effort feels too heavy.
Yes, and those are the most important days, because your biggest growth often comes right after the moment you almost gave up.
Let's talk about some of the most common obstacles and how to deal with them. First, self-doubt. That voice in your head that says, you're not good enough. How do you silence that?
You don't need to silence it. Just don't believe it. You answer it with action. You say, maybe I'm not perfect, but I'm here and I'm trying. Every time you take action, you weaken that voice.
Another obstacle, lack of motivation. Some days you just don't feel like it. You're tired, you're stressed. Life is pulling you in 100 directions.
That's when discipline has to carry you, because if you only show up when you feel good, you won't go far. Real winners show up when they feel nothing.
Also, distractions. Social media, messages, noise, all of it steals your attention. One scroll turns into 1 hour. You say, I'll study later, and the day disappears.
Set boundaries. Use a timer. Turn off notifications. Make space for your dream. Don't wait for perfect silence. Just start. Even 10 minutes of focused effort is powerful.
And let's not forget about comparison. You see someone better than you, and suddenly you feel small. But their journey is not your journey.
Exactly. You're not late. You're not behind. You're on your own path, and your only job is to keep walking it, one step at a time.
So whatever your obstacle is, fear, doubt, failure, boredom, you're not alone. Everyone faces them, but only the ones who keep going reach the finish line.
You don't have to be strong every day, but you do have to stay in the game. Because effort, compounds, and your moment will come.
And when it does, you'll look back and realize the pain was worth it. The quiet days mattered. The invisible effort was never invisible to your future self.
You just have to make it through the hard part. Don't give up now.
Let's bring this to life with a short role play. Something real, something that many of our listeners might feel right now. I'll play someone who's feeling stuck, and you be the supportive friend.
Got it. Let's begin.
Hey, Liam, I've been trying to study English every day, like we talked about. But honestly, I feel like I'm going nowhere. I don't see any progress. I'm starting to wonder if it's even worth it.
I hear you, Emily. But let me ask, have you been practicing daily, even for a few minutes?
Yeah, I've been listening to podcasts, writing short texts, reading out loud, but still, I make the same mistakes. I forget words. It's frustrating.
That's actually a sign that you're learning. Mistakes aren't the enemy. They're part of the process. Every time you notice a mistake, your brain is trying to correct it. That means growth is happening.
But it doesn't feel like growth. It just feels like struggle. Like I'm trying so hard but getting nowhere.
Think of it like going to the gym. You don't see results after 1 or 2 sessions, but that doesn't mean your muscles aren't growing. It's the same with your English. Right now, under the surface, you're building fluency.
So you're saying it's working even if I can't feel it yet?
Exactly. Trust the work. You're planting seeds now. The results may not show today, but they're coming. Don't let the silence fool you. Something powerful is happening.
That actually makes me feel better. Maybe I've been focusing too much on results and forgetting to appreciate the effort.
That's it. Focus on what you can control. Your effort, your discipline, your attitude. Those are the things that create success, one quiet day at a time.
Thanks, Liam. I needed this. I'm going to keep going, even if it's just 10 minutes a day.
And those 10 minutes will change everything, Emily. You're doing great. Just keep showing up.
I will. And I'll remember, hard work never lies. Before we finish, let's learn some useful words and phrases from today's episode that you can use when talking about hard work and success.
First word, consistency. Doing something regularly over time, even when it's hard.
Next phrase, discipline. The ability to stick to your plan even when you don't feel motivated.
Here's another, momentum. The force that helps you keep moving forward once you've started.
Also, effort. The physical or mental energy you put into doing something.
Then there's patience, waiting calmly for results, understanding that success takes time.
And finally, breakthrough. A sudden and important discovery or development, often after a period of hard work.
Try to use these words when you talk about your learning journey. It will help you express your thoughts clearly and confidently.
Remember, mastering the language isn't just about words. It's about understanding the mindset behind success.
Keep practicing these words and soon they'll become part of your daily English.
Today, we explored why hard work is real power. It's quiet, it's slow, but it's honest. Your effort, your consistency, your discipline, they're all building a future you can be proud of.
We talked about how to build daily routines, focus on effort, not outcome, stay consistent, and trust the invisible growth happening inside you every day.
Remember, it's okay to feel tired or discouraged sometimes. What matters is that you don't give up. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory.
So, start where you are. Pick one small habit to work on today. Show up for yourself, because hard work never lies.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Speak English with Mishu to get more inspiring lessons and motivation.
And share this episode with friends who need a reminder that effort always matters.
Leave a comment below and tell us what's one thing you will do today to keep moving forward.
Thank you for being part of this journey. Keep believing, keep working, and remember, hard work never lies.
See you next time.